Thank you, Mr. Warden. We were all deeply sad in District 12 with the passing of Elmer. Elmer, although he was known countrywide, maybe American-wide, all North America knew who Elmer MacKeil was. And but the District 12 really appreciated everything that he did for the communities in our district, our county, and our province. And the province of PEI were good friends with Elmer because Elmer was instrumental in getting the causeway over to PEI, and that was an important link. But Elmer helped an awful pile of people that people didn't know one thing about, or the community didn't know, and it didn't matter what side of government you're on. Elmer never asked you if you voted for me or you voted Liberal or Tory or NDP or whatever was out there in those years, social credit. He, if there was something he could do to help you, I got to speak to him very, very regular. He'd call up and wonder how this person was getting along or that person was getting along, or if I got any signs to put on some of his roads. Well, he owns pretty near every logging road in my district that people would be dumping garbage in, and that's always why I was so interested in keeping the garbage deal for the people that put the garbage to the dump. But anyway, and Peter, I hope, follows in his father's footsteps again. It's hard to say. You know, every one of us know sometimes the more you do for people, the quicker they forget you. But anyway, I want to express the sympathy of this council or this municipality to the family of the late Elmer MacKeil for all that he did for Pictou County, for Central Nova, for Nova Scotia and Canada. Thank you, Mr. Warden. Find him?
No.
That's sad, sir. I know that pretty well. To him, he told me he was, you know, he had a mild case, he told me, of dementia. And I think the mild case has gotten quite a bit worse. And so hopefully they find him, and hopefully they find him alive. But, you know, it's been going on now since midnight last night, I think, when they first put the alarm out. Okay, and at this point, I want to acknowledge that we are on the ancestral lands of the Mi'kmaq people. And I would like to thank the Mi'kmaq people of today for their generosity and their kindness to our ancestors, whether they came 400 years ago or 4 years ago. We are all treaty people. Now, we need to have a motion to adopt the agenda in front of you or something. Okay. Pardon me?
Number 4 first.
Oh, I skipped over. I didn't even look at the paper. Are there any emergency resolutions tonight?
Thank you, Warden. This came to me Sunday night through a couple of emails, things like that. McPherson's Mills Cemetery, they contacted me and said that they didn't receive their service grant. So I went digging through my files, so I said, did you send in your financial statements? And they said, yes, we did. So I dug deeper, and there's no financial statements and things like that. So she sent them to me, and I have them here with me. And the only reason they said they're doing some work to the cemetery, and they were counting on those funds. So I said I'll see what I could do, bring it forward tonight, and because if not, I'd have to bring it through finance in 2 weeks' time, and then it has to go to council. So there'll be another month and a half before they receive their money. So that's why it's here tonight. So I just asked if we could put this on the agenda.
Okay, does everybody agree? Agreed. Okay,
Thank you.
Where can we add that under?
Resolutions.
9.12? Okay. All right, with that addition, are there any other emergency resolutions, I should say? Oh, and we do have one in-camera item that won't take very long, I don't think, but we will have an in-camera at the end of our agenda here, so number 14 will be in camera. Okay. And there's no other emergency resolutions, and we have that one addition, or two additions, I guess. So we have already heard the mover and a seconder. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried. All right, and then we have our minutes from July the 6th. First, we have the minutes for the regular meeting, and then we have the minutes for the public hearing. And we need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting. No, we don't. You're right. Thank you. Okay, are there any errors, omissions, corrections to those regular minutes from July 6th? Any errors, omissions, or corrections? One last time, any errors, omissions, or corrections to the July 6th minutes? Hearing none, all those, no, I don't do that. Okay, now we'll move along to the minutes from the land use, public hearing for the land use bylaw. Are there any errors, omissions, or corrections? Any errors, omissions, or corrections? One last time, any errors, omissions, or corrections? I have one, I think whether I can find it now or not, but it's at the beginning of that minutes for the public hearing. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Somebody find this at the very beginning of those minutes. Where are they? Anybody see the beginning of those ones for the public? Where's the beginning of it? Call to order. What's that read? Deputy Warden Murray Parker. So that's all we need corrected is that was a new version. That's a hybrid. I saw it there, and I won't be able to find it when I'm looking for it anyway. Okay, so if we get that corrected, I didn't see any other errors, omissions, corrections, so we'll declare those minutes to be part of our public record. Now, we have some correspondence. Thank you from Chad for council grant. Thank you from Olivia Caldwell, who received one of the Northumberland Regional High bursaries presented by this council. And a thank you from Northumberland Regional High for all of the bursaries that were presented on behalf of the recipients. And a response from the Department of Seniors and Long-Term Care regarding the long-term care strike. And a letter from the Minister of Housing and Infrastructure, Gregor Robertson, regarding Salem Wastewater Extension Project. And a letter from the Federal Department of Justice regarding the RCMP funding. Are there any comments, questions on those pieces of correspondence? Go ahead, Councillor Boyles.
Yes, on the response from Nova Scotia Department of Seniors and Long-Term Care regarding long-term care strike, it seemed in that letter all they were concerned about the strike was over. And, they don't got to worry about it anymore. They're back to getting their full-time care. But I mean, this is something that there's bound to be strikes again, and I think they should, they should be looking at it and making sure that our people, might be us in there next time, that they should be treated, with dignity and no matter what they got to do, they should get the services that they, so I'd like to make a motion that we send another letter to them and just tell them that, you know what I mean? Yeah, the strike might be over, but that don't mean the situation has been, dealt with and looked after in case it ever happens again. Thank you.
Okay, is there a seconder for that motion? Seconded by Councillor Donnie Parker. is there any questions or comments on the motion of sending a second letter to the Department of, what was it, Seniors? Seniors and Long-Term Care. Just looking for what the response would be differently another time, I guess. Not seeing any hands, or go ahead, Councillor Turner. Oh, sorry, I should be looking at this. All kinds of names. Go ahead.
Thank you, Warden. I'd like it to be known that there is an essential services agreement signed between Valley View Villa and the province. It was negotiated, and the essential services that were provided during the strike were better than most of the services that were provided around the province. It was one of the best essential service agreements signed. As far as me witnessing what was happening at the Valley View Villa, and I'm sure the other representatives as well, that all the essential services were met, if not exceeded. There might have been a circumstance here or a circumstance there, which were identified, and there was people come in from the province and monitored the situation, and they were satisfied with it. So I was quite happy with the service that the residents had. We've had one or two complaints. There's a complaint procedure that has to be followed, and everybody's health was looked after. That was the first concern that everybody was concerned about. So I was happy with the service that was provided to the residents there. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Turner. And then I have Councillor MacKeil.
Thank you very much, Mr. Warden. I can appreciate that during this strike, it was a very stressful time for the workers themselves, those in care, and the families of those in care. And, you know, it's never going to be perfect. And I'm sure that there was some really great examples of some great care and some examples of not so great that could have used a little improvement. What I think Councillor Boyles is truly getting at here is that if a strike were to happen again, we need to make sure that we have policies and procedures in place right across Nova Scotia, that our seniors and those in care have the best available services to them. And I'm so happy to hear what Councillor Turner said regarding the level of service at Valley View Villa during this strike. But I think we should take that a step further and really champion for that to be at all nursing homes across, or all care homes across Nova Scotia. I will support this motion. I don't think there's anything wrong ever with looking at policy and how we do things. There's always room for improvement. And while I truly do think that everybody did the best they could in that situation, and you know, there's always one, two that fall through the cracks, and I understand that. But I don't see that there's any harm making sure that our family members and our community members receive the best care. Thank you.
Okay, and Councillor Thompson.
As a board member of Valley View, I can't support this motion. This was already dealt with between the administrators and the department. It was set aside. And the policies already exist at the nursing home level. It's a very regulated operation, and I think this is just a colossal waste of time, and it's just going to be a head scratcher because all of their it was all answered. So I can't support this.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Boyles.
Yeah, I can understand the ones on the board turn around and you know, coming in and saying, like, you know, Councillor Turner said, the health care was looked after How do you know? I mean, maybe somebody in administration said that they were, but I mean, our people on the board are not on the floor, and they're not seeing what's going on the floor every day. Also, there was people that went for a week with no bath, nothing. And then when the loved one went in, they were told, well, there's the soap and towel over there. If you want to give them a bath, give them a bath. You know, stuff like that I'm saying too. You know, and again with policy, it's people could say they're following policy, but unless you're on that floor and know, how do you know the policy's being followed? I get a kick out of this. You know that you know it's just we want to follow up and say, yeah, the strike's over. Great, the strike's over, and that's what they seem to refer to. But don't let this happen again. Don't let people turn around and have to go a week without a bath. And meals, oh my Humpty. I seen the meals, I seen pictures of them. It was terrible. It was terrible that some of the meals that these people were given. So, I mean, we're not asking, you know, to turn around and you know, put the clock back or anything like that. We're just saying, you know, for future reference that they should make sure that this is looked after. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And let's see, no other hands. I got no other names here. So the motion on the floor is to send an additional letter to the Department of Seniors and Long-Term Care, emphasizing when there's a future strike, to look at the policies ahead of time and see if we're covered for everything, not just at that particular site, but across the province. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. 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 And against? Nay. Okay, nays, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Motion carried. Okay, and I will make one comment on a piece of correspondence, the one to do with the Salem Wastewater project. Certainly pleased on behalf of the residents in District 6 in Salem Green Hill area. This has been a long time on our books and a long time on the provincial books, waiting for the federal funding to come through, but it finally did, and the announcement was made by our MP, Sean Fraser, about a few weeks back now at the Salem Church. And so now hopefully everything's going to move ahead quickly here. I think it was the tenders were ready to go out, or did they go out? They're out. Tenders are out now for that project, so we'll see what comes back. But I just want to thank the minister and thank everybody around this table for supporting that project for so long while it waited for the federal funding. Is there any other comments on any piece of, go ahead, Councillor Baillie. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I didn't look hard enough. I saw your hand.
No, thanks, Mr. Warden. I was just wondering on the letter from the Federal Department of Justice regarding the RCMP funding. I know they're going to be doing some meetings with us, virtual meetings during the month of August, but do we have any more information? Like, that's a huge drop. Or what are we losing? Do we know what we're losing or what we're going to be billed extra for at some point? Are we aware of any of that?
You want to attempt that one, Brian?
Sure, I can attempt it, but it'll be a really qualified answer. So in essence, the billing, the new model comes in 3.7 million, which is about $1 million less than would have been under the old model. You must, one of the things they are going to do, and you will negotiate an agreement with the province, in essence, you must reinvest those savings in crime prevention initiatives within your municipalities. So it's truly not savings, it will just take a different form. So there will be an agreement, and that's part of the first meeting, is to start that process of negotiating what that agreement will look like between the province and the municipality. But in essence, you will reinvest the money in other community-based initiatives. So what those are, I think the call the warden and I were on, the sentiment was basically expressed to the department. We're not experts in crime prevention, and yet we're now being made to do it. So, and they said, their answer was that's where these initial meetings will be helpful and what their expectations will be.
Is there a loss of manpower or this sort of thing? Because
No, it's really just a different, so there's no change in manpower. It is a different billing formula. So it's a 3-part formula based on your local detachment needs and things like that. But one of the big things is the province are investing $18 million in the cost of policing.
okay.
So they're offsetting some of the costs. Is probably the biggest reason for it. And one of the things that will come out of the agreement with the province is we will have to do basically a policing study. And that will determine whether or not you have enough officers to provide the standards, to meet the standards type thing. So that'll take place over the next couple of years, that assessment type thing. So.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
And I might just add to that, it does give us a little more say than we had before. If we decide we want to, in Pictou County, have policing more concentrated in certain areas or on certain subjects, whereas Colchester or Antigonish County might want something different in their area. And we have some hot spots for crime, for sure, within our, within the county. And, you know, I don't know until we meet with them, just we have to put it toward something to do with crime prevention and the law and everything, but it will give us a little more say than what we have now in where that extra money goes, or that's our understanding that it will anyway. Now it's your turn, Councillor Baillie.
Thank you, Warden. I wasn't here when this project was approved through council, and I have no issues with it. Any time that we get federal and provincial money to share in any project, I'm always in favor of it. But what I would like to know, and I don't need to have the answer tonight if you want to wait for another meeting to give it, I'd like to know what it's costing the taxpayers of Pictou County for this project per resident. I could do, you know, just if it could be done and sent out by email, would be greatly appreciated, just because I wasn't here when the project was approved, but I am not against it.
Good. That's doable then, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It is a small community, but, you know, we have to look after all our communities, I guess. Okay, no more comments on the correspondence? Oh, sorry, Donnie. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. Question I have is basically answered there, Councillor Wadden there. I was wondering about the RCMP, that it's like $1 million difference almost there. It's usually the other way around. It's usually we're giving them more money, not giving us money back. But if we get some more say in what's actually done here, I think it's a good thing. And I was going to comment on the wastewater there in Salem. I think it's a great thing. I've had 3 people since then come to me, and they're pleased that they're going to have water and sewer, and it's going to make a difference in their community. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Now I better check here. Yeah, I think I'm all right this time. So we'll move on then to business items not requiring action. And so we'll go down through them, and if anybody has any comments or questions, we don't need a motion on them, but the New Scotland Business Park is the first one. Go ahead, Councillor Turner.
Thank you, Warden. I'm just pleased to see that Lot 10A with the Town Place Suites, the project tender has been formally awarded with a groundbreaking target set for September of 2026. So really looking forward to driving down East River Road and seeing a hotel there. It's going to change the complexion of the entrance to New Glasgow, and it's going to help with taxes here in the county. So it's going to be a great addition to the county. So I'm very pleased to see that it's going to start in September. Thank you.
Yeah, September's getting close. Okay, any other comments on the business park? If not, we'll move right along to the library, Pictou Antigonish Library Annual Report. We know there's been lots of publicity around libraries lately for sure, and the shortage of funding. But, that's the annual report with a piece there by the chair and also by Eric Stackhouse, who runs the library on a day-to-day basis. Don't see any, oh, wait now, go ahead, Councillor Wadden.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just to advise the council that the library board does have a committee together trying to raise money, a substantial amount of money to try and supplement the costs, the operational costs of the library, the Pictou Antigonish Regional Library, across the 8 areas. So we have Nicole LeBlanc, who's the lead on that committee, and she, as everyone knows, is a real go-getter. So we're quite positive that those funds will be raised by that committee this year. So, and I just thought I'd keep council informed because we do appreciate all the support we get from municipalities. So, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Boyles.
Yeah, I was just wondering, they say that on libraries, that if somebody called tomorrow and wanted to, a donation for the library or something, and we give it to, that there's one fund there that if you give to, it don't mean it's going to our libraries. It could go to any library. And I was just wondering, how accurate that is, because that's what I was told. It don't, just because you give to it, don't mean it's going to our library.
Okay, I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if Councillor Wadden knows the answer to that or not. If you donated $100 tomorrow and you thought it was going to the Pictou Antigonish Regional Library, is it?
My understanding, it is going to the Pictou Antigonish Pearl, is who it's going to. It could be any one of the 8, but they've all had the donation boxes set up in the libraries, and that money is being redirected to the Pearl. So
Okay, so it might be that it was going to Antigonish.
it may be a different
maybe,
fund
Councillor
Peter's
Wadden.
referring to, I'm not sure, but that's my
Yeah.
understanding is we're raising the funds through those boxes for our libraries.
Go ahead, Councillor Wadden.
It was at the convention. I was talking to some people, and that's what they told me. They said that when you give to a library and you think it's going to your own library, it doesn't. It goes in a pot that helps all libraries. So I don't know, but it's easy to check out and find out.
Mhm. Yeah, okay, that's, like you say, easy to check out. I could see where it might be going to anywhere in the Pictou Antigonish region because it's all the one library, but I would doubt if it would be going to, say, Halifax or the Valley or somewhere, but I don't know that. So we can check that one out. Now we'll move on to the Governance Committee report. And these reports, I think Sue-Ann put in the in what she sent us, are done by the AI and then kind of transcribed. So there are some little mistakes here and there. I think I went through them and I didn't see anything major for the most part, but there, there's going to be until we get used to this system, I guess, until AI gets used to us, one or the other. Any questions on the Governance Committee report? Okay, not seeing nothing on there. No. Climate Change Committee report. Go ahead, Councillor Turner.
Thank you, Warden. There's a couple of things that I'd like to comment on. One was the tree planting initiatives that we have. And I'm glad to see these reports come to council. I think it's very important that we get these reports. It's going to make a big difference in how all the councilors are informed of what's going on at committee level. I think it's a wonderful thing that's happening. The one on the tree planting initiatives is that more than 7,000 trees were planted this spring at sites at Green Hill, McPherson's Mill, and Pioneer Coal site. So our tree planting program seems to be going very well. The other one I'd like to talk about is the risk assessment that we're getting the fully funded FCM climate change risk assessment project. And it's going to assess climate-related risks across the municipality, including flooding, wildfire, infrastructure, vulnerability, and social impacts. The project will include public engagement and provide tools to support future and climate adaptation planning. I think that's very critical for our municipality that we get a handle on that, to know where the risks are. So all that being said, and everything that's in that committee report, there was a call for an award from FCM on the newsletter that went out about leadership in terms of climate change. And I'd like to ask that our administration put an application in for the leadership award not at FCM, NSFM. So is it, pardon me?
Go ahead, Sven.
I have forwarded that on to Emily Hodgson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she was going to look at it, so I'll check with her.
Wonderful. You guys are way ahead of the game. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And any other questions, comments on the Climate Change Committee report? Not seeing any, we'll move to the Audit Committee report. Anybody have any comments, questions on the Audit Committee report? Go ahead, Councillor Wadden.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just important for the council to realize, excuse me, the tremendous update we've had with our tax arrears reduction and the payment plans, this sort of thing. So we've really made progress on that issue through our audit committee. So I want to thank staff for going forward with that for us and seeing those changes to our tax arrears. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments, questions on the Audit Committee report? Seeing none, none up there. Police Advisory report. Any questions or comments on that report? Go ahead, Councillor Palmer.
Thank you, Warden. I just wanted to recognize that our last Police Advisory Committee meeting, that it was the last meeting that Staff Sergeant Curtis McKinnon will be attending. He might come in to help with the new guy, but he's leaving for another position in Dartmouth. So over the last couple of years, Curtis came to all our meetings and gave a real good report. And one thing about Curtis, he was from the Green Hill area, so he knew Pictou County. He was concerned about the residents and safety of the county. So I just want to thank him on behalf of this council for everything that he did for us through the RCMP, and wish him all the best.
Okay, thank you. We certainly, I think most people appreciated his work and was always very open. I know whenever I was with here at the meetings for the police advisory, always very open with what was going on and letting us know what the problems were or what the good things were. Okay, no other questions, comments on that report. We'll move on to the Litter Committee report. Any comments on the Litter Committee report? Go ahead, Councillor MacKeil.
Thank you very much, Mr. Warden. I just wanted to speak briefly about our committee, especially our last meeting. We really did have a great presentation from Peter Junger and Patty Heighton regarding cigarette butt recycling through the Legion. It was very informative, and we as a committee will be discussing how we can promote the program and be aid to that. It's excellent and goes back to the veterans. I just wanted to, going into our litter signs, we are placing a new order. So I would like councillors to put their thinking hats on about where you think that areas in your communities, in your districts, that could use a sign. So we hopefully we'll have a continued great success with these signs, and we thank you for your support. Thank you.
And I might ask Councillor MacKeil, do you want to mention the award, the monthly award? That I don't know the name of it, you know it better than I do, that monthly award that they give out for a property that's particularly well looked after?
Yes, the property of the month did really, really well. It was a little slow starting off. However, as it gained some traction, we've had lots of applicants and old and young, and it's been really great. And it's, as you can see here, We had 40,000 views in July of these properties, so that's quite incredible, checking out the pictures. So it's important. It's not about who has the, you know, all the most flowers or who has the, you know, fanciest property. It's really about someone that takes pride in their property and keeps it clean and tidy, and, you know, we really appreciate that. It's not only nice to have clean property for yourself, but also your neighbors, and keeping up the neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor MacKeil. And Councillor Boyles.
I'm just interested on the tobacco recycling. What are they doing there? How does that work, or what is it they're doing? And you're saying it's going to benefit the veteran. How, is there money made on it, or how's that work?
So it's my understanding that people collect their cigarette butts, and what they do, it's actually by the cigarette companies. It's part of their, like, I guess, harm reduction, I would say, that this is part of their giving back. So there's the company that they send them to, and they're measured by their weight. I believe last year they sent off 95 pounds of them, and then I believe that money goes to the Poppy Fund. Yeah, so we as a committee thought that was a really cool idea. And as we know, cigarette butts are one of the most littered product or item. And so I think bringing awareness to that, and also, you know, I think it's very seeing innovative ideas of what to do with our garbage. So, thank you.
And I might add, I was at that meeting. Most people don't realize that cigarette butts aren't something when they're thrown in on the ditch or on the pavement or whatever that aren't just compostable. They don't just rot away. There's a lot of plastic in that filter, and these microplastics that get into the environment, harmful for everything. A lot of that comes from cigarette butts. So it's a lot of, I know I always figured, well, that was just compostable. That'd just rot away in a few months, but it doesn't. There's a lot of plastic in there. So yeah, that was a good presentation. We all learned a lot there. And the final one then is your Accessibility Committee report. Any comments or questions on the Accessibility Committee report? Oh, go ahead, Joe.
Yes, our major expenditure this year is going to be the beach mat for caribou. And not is the Melmerby Beach is in there for, but Melmerby already has one, and we hope for the next year or two, or some other way of funding, we can get some mobile chairs to go into the water after that too. So that'll be years to come, and it's a great organization. These people know what their stuff, and they're going to have ideas for planning toolkits and that stuff, so we can give it out to the public and that stuff, so they don't have to figure it out for themselves. And the big thing is for us to know what the community needs and that stuff. They did do a canvas of the community centers and that stuff for accessibility and that stuff. I hope that we can get that out sometime, and they're planning on having more of a feedback mechanism for the public to continue the accessibility reporting tool and that stuff, and hopefully we'll make this county more accessible. Thank you.
And I might add to that one as well that we sponsored last year, and I think it's in our budget to sponsor again this year, but it's under the Chamber of Commerce Awards. We sponsored at the suggestion of this committee, accessibility. Any business or individual, whatever, that's going above and beyond to make their place more accessible, that they would get that reward, and it is sponsored by MOPC. And last year it was River Run Cafe, I think, that won that, run by the people at the Riverview Home in downtown New Glasgow. So if you know of any business or individual that's going out of their way to make sure that their place is accessible, not only physically accessible, but it could be sight, hearing, or whatever, you know, whatever the holdback is, be sure to let somebody on that committee know. You're the chair, isn't it, Joe? Yeah. You can let Joe know, you know, they're looking for ones to consider anyway for that. Okay, and so that's the, if there's no more questions on the accessibility, wait now. Oh, yeah, I did see that too. Go ahead, Councillor Wood.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to say thank you to the staff, probably Sue Ann in particular, for doing these committee reports. It's something I have asked for. Well, I have 18 years on council in October, and to finally see the reports generated on the committees, I think it did exactly what I had hoped it would do, and that was to give all councillors a quick snapshot of the work that is being done by our council members and our residents in the community. So I think this is excellent, so I'm really, really pleased with the committee report. So I do want to thank everyone for that. Thank you.
And you did bring up a good point there, Councillor Wadden, that we have an awful lot of good community people on every one of these committees, from the new governance one, the police advisory, accessibility, climate change. You know, if we added them all up, there'd be quite a room full of people here that are, yes, we sit there as councillors, but there's an awful lot of people, you know, who come totally volunteer and give a lot to those committees for sure. So that's, we'll take the opportunity to thank each and every one of them. Okay, we'll move on to the business items that do require action. So we'll start with Councillor Wadden, District 2 Municipal Service Grants.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair. Be it resolved, the municipality of the County of Pictou approved the following municipal service grant for District 2. The Little Harbor Community Center, $16,000 for building upgrades, for a total of $16,000, dated at Pictou, Nova Scotia, on the 4th day of August 2026, signed by myself, Councillor Deborah Wadden, and seconded by Councillor Joe McDonald.
Okay, you've heard the reading of the resolution for the municipal service grant for District 2 for the Little Harbor Community Center. Are there any questions on that resolution? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried. And now, Councillor Baillie, District 4.
Thank you, Warden. Resolution, Municipal Service Grant, District 4. Be it resolved, the municipality of the County of Pictou approve the following municipal service grant for District 4. River John Recreation, $5,250 for ball field upgrades. Dated at Pictou, Nova Scotia on the 4th day of August 2026, signed by myself, Ronnie Baillie, second by Councillor Wadden.
Okay, been moved and seconded. Any questions on the resolution for the District 4 municipal service grant? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Against? Motion carried. We'll move on to District 6. Councillor Turner, you're looking after that one.
Thank you, Warden. Resolution, Municipal Service Grant, District 6. Be it resolved, the municipality of the County of Pictou approve the following municipal service grant for District 6. Stillman Cemetery Corporation, amount $2,000 for maintenance, dated at Pictou, Nova Scotia on this 4th day of August 2026, signed by myself, Councillor Larry Turner, seconded by Councillor Peter Boyles.
Okay, moved and seconded, the municipal service grant for District 6 for $2,000. Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried. And now District 8, Councillor Turner again.
Thank you, Warden. Resolution, Municipal Service Grants, District 8. Be it resolved, the municipality of the County of Pictou approve the following municipal service grants for District 8. Abercrombie Cemetery Corporation, $9,000 for maintenance, headstone repair. Abercrombie Community Center, $8,376, maintenance of center and groundwork. Alma Cemetery, $6,743.80 for maintenance and groundwork. Mount William Cemetery, $3,592 for maintenance, for a total of $27,711. Dated at Pictou, Nova Scotia on this 4th day of August 2026, signed by myself, Councilor Larry Turner, seconded by Councilor Peter Boyles.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, the municipal service grants for District 8, representing a total of 27,711. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Oh, okay.
Motion carried.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Okay, and now we're going to move on to the municipal service grants for District 12. Councillor Dewar.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. Resolution, municipal service grants, District 12, be it resolved by the municipality of the county of Pictou approve the following municipal service grants for District 12. East River Valley Community Development Association, $5,500, and it's for the Riverton Hall and the newsletters. The second one is East River Valley Recreation, $2,000, children's programming. Next one would be Elgin Cemetery, $1,500, maintenance. Hopewell Cemetery, $1,500, maintenance. Friends of Iona Park, $1,000, maintenance. Lorne Community Hall, $5,500, upkeep and operations of hall, for a total of $17,000, dated at Pictou NS on this 4th day of August 2026. Signed by myself, Councillor Chester Doran, and seconded by Councillor Andy Thompson. So seconded.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, the municipal service grants for District 12 totaling 17,000. Any questions on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Against? Motion carried. Now we move on to Community Recreation Program Operating Grants. Councillor Palmer.
Thank you, Warden. Resolution, Recreation Community Operations Grants. Be resolved that the municipality of the county Pictou approve the following recreation community operating grants for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. UC Friends Group Thorburn, $1,000, operations. Youth Leads Arts Little Harbor, $1,000 for operations. Youth Leads Arts Lismore, $1,000 for operations, for a total of $3,000. Dated Pictou, Nova Scotia, on this 4th day of August 2026, moved by myself, Councillor Randy Palmer, and seconded by Councillor MacKeil.
So seconded.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded for the recreation community operating grants. And I might just mention that it was included with your package, the information on why the amounts for the 3 different programs were different, because they're mostly because there's a difference in the way the staffing is handled, but our budget only allowed for the figures that are in there, but at least it was good to have an explanation there for why the amounts were different. Are there any questions on that resolution? Go ahead, Councillor Watt.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I won't be supporting the motion because I do feel that if we're going to make this like $1,000 cap, then when people apply for that grant, they should realize that it's a $1,000 cap and not be led to believe that they can put in the full amount. So I understand the reasoning behind it, and I hope we can work on that that policy so that we can put something in there so that they'll understand they can't ask for the full amount, but only what the cap is. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions on that resolution? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Okay, how many nays? 2 nays. Okay, we had those recorded. Okay, motion carried. Now the next one, Councillor Wadden, Coastal Protection Public Engagement.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Resolution, award of consulting services contract for coastal policy public engagement. Whereas the municipality of the County of Pictou received funding through the Nova Scotia Federation of Municipalities Coastal Planning Support Program to support public engagement for the development of coastal policies and adaptation strategies. Whereas the municipality issued a request for proposals for consulting services to design and deliver a public engagement process related to coastal policy, climate adaptation, and coastal resilience. Whereas proposals were received from WSP Canada Inc., We6 Planning Group, and C&D Community Design, and were evaluated by staff in accordance with the scoring criteria established in the request for proposals. Whereas C&D Community Design received the highest overall evaluation score of 49.5 out of 50 points and was determined to provide the best overall value to the municipality. Therefore, be it resolved that Municipal Council award the contract for the MOPC Coastal Policy Public Engagement Project to C&D Community Design for the proposed amount of $24,000 excluding HST, dated at Pictou, Nova Scotia, this 4th day of August 2026, signed by myself, Councillor Deborah Wadden, and seconded by Councillor Joe McDonald.
Okay, and just to be clear to, I think most people around this table know, but anybody listening online or here, this isn't about correcting any problems to do with coastal erosion or anything. It's about trying to find out from the residents of Pictou County what their feelings are on whether this council should be moving ahead with some actions on coastal erosion or other problems along our coast. And we expect for this $24,000 that we're going to hear back from this company as to what they found out by, trying to record whatever the people in Pictou County think in terms of whether this council should or should not be moving ahead with some type of coastal erosion policies. It's not about fixing any coastal erosion at this time. So we have a motion that's moved and seconded to hire these fellows to do that work for us. Is there any questions on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. And negative against. Okay, and now we'll move on to the employee internet policy, and Councillor Turner's looking after that one.
Thank you, Warden. Resolution, employee internet benefit policy. Whereas the municipality of the County of Pictou owns and operates the MOPC network, and whereas Council recognizes the value of providing eligible employees with access to municipal broadband service at a discounted price to support employee engagement, service awareness, and organizational objectives, therefore be it resolved that Council approve policy number 2026-08-04, Employee Internet Service Benefit Policy, effective August 4th, 2026. And further be it resolved that the Chief Administrative Officer or designate be authorized to administer the policy and determine eligibility in accordance with its provisions. Dated at Pictou, Nova Scotia, this 4th day of August, 2026, signed by myself, Councillor Larry Turner, and seconded by Councillor MacKeil.
So seconded.
Okay, moved and seconded, the employee internet policy. Are there any questions or concerns with that policy?
Peter.
Councillor Boyles.
Yeah, we got good employees. I'm not saying nothing about our employees. They're great. They turn around and we're proud of them. But I think it's too soon. I think we're just starting. I mean, if you're starting a new business, you don't start giving out things, that's going to take away from it. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen down the road as far as what it's going to cost for this or that, or putting this in, or a tower here, or a line here, or it just to me it's too soon to turn around and be giving anyone any perks on this, and so I'll be voting against it, but nothing to do with the employees. It's just that I think it's too soon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions or comments on the employee internet policy? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? And 2 nay votes. We got those recorded. And we'll now move on to boundary change for MacLellans Brook. Councillor MacKeil.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. Resolution, Community Boundary Amendment, Colborne-MacLellans Brook. Whereas the municipality of the County of Pictou has completed a review of the community boundary between Colborne and MacLellans Brook, and whereas a portion of PID 652-12599, municipally identified as Civic 125 Campbell Lane, is currently located within the community of Colborne, while its roadway access is from Campbell Lane in the community of MacLellans Brook. And whereas aligning the property with the community in which its roadway access is located is consistent with provincial civic addressing guidelines and promotes clarity for residents, emergency services, and municipal records. And whereas the proposed boundary adjustment will place the residents at Civic 125 Campbell Lane within the community of McLellans Brook and will not require any change to the civic number or mailing address of the property. Therefore, be it resolved that municipal council approve the amendment to the community boundary between Colborne and McLellans Brook as shown on the community boundary review map dated July 2026, such that the affected portion of PID 652-12599, Civic 125 Campbell Lane, is transferred from the community of Colborne to the community of McLellans Brook, dated at Pictou, Nova Scotia, this 4th day of August 2026, signed by myself, Councillor Darla MacKeil, and seconded by Councillor Randy Palmer.
So second
Okay, you've heard the reading of the resolution for the boundary change in the Colborne McLellans Brook area. It's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Go ahead, Councillor Boyles.
Yeah, it's just puzzling to me. I just wonder, what is the reason for it? Like, if they're not changing their civic, they're not changing their address, and is there something else there? Is it putting them in line to be hooked up for water, or is it putting them in line for something else, or why is it that they want to change this? It's just a question I've been asked, so I just wonder.
Go ahead, Councillor Palmer.
You want me to answer it, do you?
Well, if you have an answer, I know it's in your area.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, if you know the road, so you go in Campbell Lane and you go to the end of it, the house at the end is registered in Colborne. The other houses are in McLellans Brook. So it only makes sense to change the boundary so that they're in the community that the other homes are in. And it has nothing to do with water or sewer or anything like that, because I doubt very much Campbell Lane's getting any water or sewer. It's just that it makes sense to have them a part of McLellans Brook and not Colborne, because Colborne's totally, that would be the only house, I think, in that area that would be in Colborne. So the property, the way it goes, if you see it on the map, it only makes sense if you look at it. I don't know if you looked at it or not, did you? No, it's included in our package there. So if you just look at the land where it was located, it just made sense. So anyway, that's.
Your explanation does make total sense.
Yeah.
Just that was the question. I just read the letter over. We asked it, we got a good answer.
Yep.
Case closed. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Did we have the vote on that?
No.
No, I didn't think we did. Okay, no more questions on that boundary change? If not, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Against? Motion carried. Now, we have two vehicles that have been recommended to add to our fleet. One is for our broadband project, and one is for our emergency management department. So we'll deal first with the broadband project. Who's making the recommendation on that? Do we have anybody for that? Okay, all the material was in front of you in our package, and Councillor or Deputy Warden Murray has moved it. Do we need a seconder for that vehicle for the rural broadband project? Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Are there questions on that proposal for that vehicle for the rural broadband? I have one question that has to do with our policy we put through a couple of years ago to do with electric or hybrid vehicles. And I know there was an explanation for the emergency one because it may have to be ready to go at any time. But on the broadband one, was there a requirement or was there a request at all for electric or hybrid vehicles would be my question.
There was. That was our number one priority, was electric and or hybrid. The only electric vehicle that was quoted simply will not do the job. The battery is 250 kilometers is the battery range. You're going to lose 30 to 40% of that in the winter. So the vehicle would basically be non-functioning for 4 months out of the year. It wouldn't do the daily requirements. So that's why it's recommended, the vehicle that's here is recommended over the electric. It's simply, there's no electric vehicles currently there that would meet the needs.
So I guess my question would be, is that going to apply pretty well to every vehicle we buy then? Because our recommendation was to buy electric or hybrid if possible. And I guess what you're saying is not possible, but if it's not possible for the broadband, would it be any more possible for any of our other departments?
Yes, I would say yes. We do have other vehicles that are small SUVs, which electrics are plentiful in that kind of niche market.
And the length of driving would be all right.
Those have good battery ranges on them. They're in the 500 kilometers plus range, so those would meet the needs type thing. And other vehicles, hybrids are potential as well. Just in the two vehicles here, very specific requirements, so it just doesn't meet.
Just that we'll probably get asked at the Climate Change Committee, I think, as to why you fellows are continuing to buy gas vehicles if we put a motion through saying we're going to buy electric or hybrid. But if there's a good explanation for why, that you need a different type of vehicle that's not available, maybe down the road there'll be, for those type of vehicles, there might be some that will last longer, I guess.
Yeah, and I think on the EV, we were surprised with the battery range. But once we confirmed it, the in-house EV drivers said, yeah, that won't work.
Yeah, and that's what we count in the end. They're the ones that have to use it. I'm looking for the recommendation. The recommendation is the Dodge Ram, I believe.
Correct.
And so are there any other questions to do with the purchase of that vehicle for the broadband? Oh, go ahead. You're too close. Go ahead, Deputy Warden Murray.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. I hope it's a type error. It's not a 2024, it's a 2026.
No, I think it is a 2024. It does mention about it being an older one.
It is an older one?
Yeah.
It is. So it's been on the lot. It only has 350 kilometers on it, which has basically just been transported from a couple of dealerships. So the warranty was still on it. It did activate. It did take effect March 31st, but we're not affected by years of warranty loss. And within that price, they've also included an extended warranty, 160,000 kilometers, plus 10-year rust protection. So although the vehicle is a little older, it did come to us discounted. So that same vehicle would be between $70,000 and $75,000 normally. And it's still brand new. It has it comes equipped, more prepared to serve the needs of the use of the vehicle. It's prepared for shelving in the back. There's rubber matting. There's a third seat. There's the wall is in between to protect the drivers from the cargo. It's much larger, and the capabilities that we have with that vehicle will be far more. So this vehicle can be used almost as a mobile repair site, mobile command center for anything that may happen with internet. And that was one of the concerns with the mileage, is if it's also going to be used as a regular install repair vehicle. So if we're using it all day long, we have a vast county, you can be on both sides, and they come back and we have an emergency that evening, we need to respond. Perhaps we need the vehicle that has the majority of the equipment and is able to do more work, because as we move into the next phase of the project, we will not have the additional subcontractors and construction crews available, so we'll be more responsible to do more of that work ourselves. So I just want to make sure that we're equipped with the space we need, vehicle that will serve us, and a vehicle that we can rely on, that we're not going to meet alerts or needing to charge or not being able to respond.
So you're satisfied with the discount for the year difference.
I am, yeah,
Thank you.
as well as the staff, yeah, thank you.
Okay, now I gotta remember again, did we vote on that one?
Yeah, it's
No, we haven't voted on that one, but we have it moved and seconded to purchase a vehicle for the broadband project. Are there any more questions on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Against? Motion carried. Now, we'll do the same thing for a supply vehicle for our emergency management department. And I understand why that one couldn't be electric or hybrid. So now, I do have the motion here for that one, I believe, if I can get it lined up so I can see it. Council approved the purchase of one new Ford Explorer from Highland Ford in the amount of $51,974.70, plus applicable HST, with funding to be provided from the approved 26-27 capital out of revenue budget. So that is the motion to approve the purchase of the Ford Explorer.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, been moved and second. Any questions on that motion? Okay, seeing none, all those in, oh, wait now, sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Is there an option for a hybrid, like a gas and battery power? I know there's other ones we have other ones here, and why wouldn't that, I mean, it would get over the battery charge and that stuff, and why wouldn't that be suffice if we're worried about the environment?
Those size SUVs don't come in hybrids. The Explorers, the Durangos, the mid-size SUVs that would be equipped to do what we needed to do, they don't come in a hybrid option. We did have in our RFP that we would like to see hybrid options, but there just wasn't any that were submitted.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions then on the purchase of a vehicle for emergency management? Seeing none, all those in favor? Against? Motion carried. And now we come to the District 10 Municipal Service Grant. Councillor Palmer.
Thank you, Warden. Minister's Grant, District 10. Be resolved by the municipality of County Pictou approve the following Minister's Grant for District 10. McPherson's Mills Cemetery for, I forget what the amount was, $2,500? Or $3,000? $3,000
Yeah.
for maintenance and upkeep. Dated Pictou, Nova Scotia, this 4th day, August 2026, moved by myself, Councillor Randy Palmer. And he's seconded.
Okay, moved and second that we approve a municipal service grant for District 10 in the amount of $3,000. Is there any questions on that resolution? Seeing none, we'll vote on that. All those in favor? Aye. And against? Motion carried. Now, we have motions of reconsideration. Do we have any motions of reconsideration this evening? Seeing, oh, what did I miss? Oh, deferred business. I thought you meant the District 10. I thought I did that. Okay, is there any deferred business tonight? Seeing none, now we'll move to motions of reconsideration. Is there any motions of reconsideration tonight? None there neither, so we'll move on to community announcements. We must have some community announcements in the middle of the summer. Who's going first? Councillor Dewar.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. Well, it's that time of year again for the Hopeful Footbridge Ceilidh. It's going to be Sunday. That's August 9th. The parade will be around 12:45. There'll be all kinds of good music, all kinds of good food, and there's always a terrific amount of people turn out. It's kind of like Old Home Week or Old Home Week weekend in Hopewell in the area. All we need is the weather, so everything will be a complete success. If it's sunny, if it's raining, well, it'll just be a flop. But anyway, let's hope that it's going to be sunny, and everybody's certainly invited to come and enjoy some food and music. Thank you.
This Sunday, August 9th, at 12:40, for 12:45 is for the parade. Yeah. Okay, who wants to go next? Go ahead, Ron.
Thank you, Warden. This coming Sunday also, August the 8th, there's going to be hamburgers, hot dogs, music, there's some socializing at the West Branch Hall in recognition to bring attention of the bridge being out. Anyway, it's from 2 to 4 on Sunday.
2 to 4 on August 9th. He just said the 9th, so I'm going
Oh, I
with
said
it.
the 9th, no, August the 8th, sorry, which should have been.
August the 8th will be Saturday, though. I heard him say the 9th
Okay,
or Sunday.
carry on, and I will.
Okay, just want to be sure we don't show up the wrong time. Okay, are there other community announcements? Go ahead, Jester. Oh, Joe, sorry, I should be checking that.
Americamish Community Center is having their annual Fen Fest Saturday from 10 to 1 with a whole bunch of stuff for everybody. And after that, the Big Island Wharf is having their auction and party for their new wharf at 3 to 6 p.m. And just a happy birthday to District 1's newsletter is 16 years this month. And one notice, just found out today, Canada Post has said that they will only reduce the hours at the Americamish Community or Post Office from 30 to 25 instead of they wanted to go down to 20. And the union there said thank you very much for the notice from the county, and it meant a great deal for them. Thank you.
Okay, that's good to hear that we gained a little there. Did you get any more information, Ryan?
It's August the 9th.
It is August 9th
Yeah,
at the
2
West
to 4.
Branch Hall.
From 2 to 4.
Yeah, 2 to 4 at the West Branch
And
Hall.
also, I've just got to extend that there also is going to be a town hall meeting on August 28th at the West Branch Community Hall for more information towards the bridge, and the Pictou West MLA, Marco McLeod, will be there present at that one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that notice too. Now, I better go by this, where am I at, Peter?
Yeah, we'll be having our music jam at the Hillside Community Hall on, we have one a month now, just on the summer, so our August one will be August 21st, 6:30 to 9. And we've been having a really good turnout. We had 89 at the last one and 14 players. So it's August the 21st, and then we'll be starting up for the winter on the Friday after Labor Day. Thank you.
That's a good turnout, 89 people. Now, I'll look up here again. I got Randy Palmer.
Thank you, Warden. Just wanted to let everybody know the East Pictou Fair starts on August 10th and runs to the 16th. Starts with pickleball on Monday. It runs to Thursday. Then we have a ball tournament starting on Friday. We have music at Music Mountain on Friday evening. We have a car show. We have kids carnival, children's parade, food vendors, and horse pull. Then we have the dance Saturday evening, and then we have the Queen pageant or parade. Then we have the Queen pageant, outdoor music, and fireworks to finish it off on Sunday evening. So, if anybody's around Thorburn, drop in, take it all in, spend some money.
And some money, that's the main thing. Now I've got Councillor Thompson. Oh, okay. No, you're right. Yeah, go ahead, Chester.
Thank you very much. I'm going to mention something that I thought Ronnie would have mentioned. I went through River John a week ago Saturday night. There must have been 1,000 people along the street and on the bridge, and so I thought, well, I'm going to watch some of this. The fireworks in River John were out of this world how good they were. They were comparable to just about anywhere, and you got twice as much for your money because you could see them in the sky and on the river.
On
So
the reflection.
they were really, really, really nice, and the turnout, I understand for the parade first was terrific too, but the evening for the fireworks was just absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, Chester. And now we'll go to Andy.
Thank you. This one here might interest Chester. Learn how to play pickleball. Friday, August the 7th at 6 p.m. at the East River Valley Rec Park. They recently had the lines painted on the court, and there's some community people that are putting on this free event, and hopefully Chester will show up. Maybe we can team up and take on Mike and a couple others on the other side.
I'll just help support it.
Yeah. There you go. That's this Friday.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Boyles.
Yeah, I'd just like to say from our, from District 9, our community, that we would like to give our condolences to the family of John Ham that turned around and we said about Mr. Albert McKay today. I think that John Ham did a lot for Nova Scotia and a lot for people, and I know he helped us a lot in our district, so I just like to put that out there. Thank you.
Yeah, he did indeed. Okay, and I'm gonna check here again. Did you have another one, Andy? Your name's still up there? No, okay. I have one. If everybody else finished pretty well with community announcements? On August the 22nd, 2 or 3 weeks down the road, for the first time, the Salem Recreation Park is trying an antique car show. And so everybody's invited to come. And unfortunately, my family vacation is for that weekend, so I'll be going to Thorburn to look at some antique cars, because I won't be able to look at them in Salem. But anyway, if anybody's interested, that's August the 22nd in the old ball field. Okay, any further community announcements? Oh, sorry, didn't see you. I see you on there, though. Go ahead, Councillor MacKeil.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Mr. Warden. I was thinking 22nd. I think I'm doing something that day. What am I doing? I know what I'm doing. It's the Caribou District Fire Department 40th anniversary open house. It is August 22nd, that Saturday, from 2 until 6 p.m. It is an incredible department in our community, and we're really excited for everybody to come and share and celebrate all those years of dedication and service to the community. So that is, again, the open house is from 2 until 6 on August 22nd.
Okay, we'll know why you're not at the antique car show anyway.
Yes, I will not be at the antique car show, but thank you.
Okay. Well, there's certainly lots going on in our county, which I expected there would be this time of year. It's kind of the wind-up month, August, before school starts again, and we get back down to regular business. But it's great to see all the happenings, and certainly if anybody gets a chance to get out to somebody else's area, is always a good thing. Okay, and we'll all pray for good weather for the Cayley to start with, and then from there on. Okay, so that's the end of the community announcements. Now, we do have an in-camera session, so we'll need a motion to, we'll do that, and then we'll do the executive after that. But I need a motion to go in camera, please.
So moved.
Okay, moved and second. All those in favor? Okay, and so we're now in camera.